Chris, super duper excited to have you here on the channel. We all know why we're here, and it's because of your album release here, which I've never heard of before, a drum solo project. And this album's called Steezy. I'm so excited, man. How are you feeling about the release and everything going on?
It's it's a unique project. As you mentioned, it's a drummer's solo album. It's a bit different. And for that reason, when you're sort of testing new waters, you never know quite what to expect. And I think I'm more shocked than anyone else at the response it's getting. I kind of thought it would appeal to like a niche, small community of drummers that would really care about the fact that there's no triggers or samples or snap to grid and all one take. And I thought people would love that. That was like kind of what I was trying to be unique with that. Well, not trying to be unique, but I was trying to push the fact that I'm doing unique things. But that kind of not that many people really cared for that. Instead, it wasn't just the niche drummers. It's actually just people just like it, which is even better. It's even more general and broad and has reached a lot more people. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm super shocked and very grateful to say the least. No. I was actually playing a festival yesterday for the album release. It was like stressful. I put in about 2.5 years for this. Right. All come down to that 6 p.m. release. I wanted to be online so much to celebrate it. And I was on a plane. Our plane got delayed. I couldn't even be on my phone. And then throughout the whole release day, I was playing at this festival, playing the festival, bad signal, bad service. So I was like, well, what are the odds of that? But we got back from Europe last night. So I've been on my phone nonstop today, kind of catching up with it and seeing the response. And yeah, I'm pretty overwhelmed by the response. It's sick,
no kidding. Like I would be, especially like being delayed. And it sounds like, I don't know if you heard, but like Canada is having like this huge issue with like plane delays and stuff like that. Like a big NHL star like basically ripped on Toronto airport. So I can understand like the frustration and everything. But like coming off of that and saying like you've been seeing some of these great responses, like how are everybody taking it? Have you like read any articles or anything on it? Like what are people saying so far about this?
There's kind of a lot to digest. It's very information heavy, like through from just the music itself. That's very information heavy music, through to all the other details. There's a lot to digest. So I feel that off the cuff, people have been like, people had their instinctive favorite songs. Like this one really resonated with me, and I got a lot of like instant messages saying, I love Reconstruct, I love Reconstruct, I love Reconstruct. And then just a day, 2 days in, we're literally 2.5 days in now, same people are messaging me again. Now I've sat on it. VIP is my favorite. Mak Mahomak's my favorite. So I think that it's taken people a minute to kind of digest it themselves. I kind of forgot what you asked me now.
No worries. I mean, like, I just wanted to see like what your I guess your reaction is to everybody. And you kind of explained it as well. And just hearing the love and support, like you thought this was geared to all the other drummers out there. I'm not a drummer. I love the air drum, the kicks and stuff. I'm sure I could play maybe the easiest metalcore song out there. But hey, like for everybody to start like kind of like having that connection with it, I think is really neat, especially for an instrumental band and to come off of that, a solo drum project. I just think that is just unheard of, I believe. I mean, I've never listened to anything like that, but I think it's just so neat. And that's what I kind of find very fascinating is that people like myself or like people that have messaged you saying like this song I have a connection with this one, whether they're drummers or not. It's really cool to like hear that when there's no lyrics, because I feel like that's more geared to like lyrics. It's like I felt that I'm going through something really deep, but like for you to make something and to make somebody feel so good about whatever's going on inside that this song has like helped them, that's fascinating to me. And that's like a huge up on yourself, man. Like that's crazy.
Just to elaborate on that a bit, actually. So even though I am a drummer and the front of my project is me playing drums, it's like 5% of what I've been doing for this album is actually drumming. it's the rest of it is composition. Like I wake up every day and I sit there and I write music, and I just write music. It's not drum focused, it's composition focused. And I feel that almost everybody overlooks that. Almost everybody thinks that it's just like, you know, these tracks just magically appeared and I play drums to them, and they probably think that I sit there and practice these songs to death behind the kit and then record them, and then that's all my time is spent drumming. But almost none of my time is spent drumming. I'm going with less than 5% of my time on this album is drumming. The rest of it is, probably less than 2%. I'm going to be real. I spend months and months and months writing the songs, and then I engineer it. So I record the guitar parts. I don't play them, I engineer them, but I record the guitar parts, the bass parts. I work on the mixes and the masters with Nick and Mike. I do all the production side. That takes up over 90% of my time.
Wow.
And then the rest of the time is managing things like booking up studio time, booking up the camera guys, booking up everything. And then at the very last minute, I'm like, oh shit, I need to learn these songs. And I'll have about a week, 2 weeks of learning the songs, and then I'll play them, and that's it. So out of this 2.5 years, I've spent a matter of weeks playing drums. But obviously, on the surface, people think, oh, you know, Chris is a drummer and this is his drum project. But to me, it is about composition.
Yeah.
So to return to what you were saying about usually people connect with lyrics, it's really, really cool that people are connecting with the music, because I've put a lot of different emotions and a big journey in every song. And for me, they take me places, and I've had a lot of messages already, like an overwhelming amount of messages saying this song made, you know, a lot of people have said VIP made them cry, actually physically cry.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Which is a really powerful one for me as well. I've had a lot of people say, you know, it's taken them there. And these, you know how I do these intro scenes as well. Like, I know a lot of them are jokey and stupid, but I've done some really serious intro scenes for future songs that are coming out, you know, next week, the week after.
Oh.
Because, yeah, like there's a song called Impulse, and the one thing that makes me feel better if I'm having a really down day is going for a drive. And I can't tell you how many times I've been like lying in bed, teeth brushed, you know, 2, 3 a.m., just literally can't sleep. And I will literally get out of bed, get dressed, and go for a night drive to cheer myself up. And I love it. It's like one of my favorite things. And when I wrote the song Impulse, it was based around that feeling you have when you go for an impulsive night drive, when you just can't help but, you know, it's like, it doesn't make sense. You know, you got to be up early, you're tired, it's the middle of the night, but you just have to get up and go drive for some reason. It's so very impulsive. That's why I named the song Impulse, and that intro scene is that. The intro scene is me in bed, getting out of bed, getting dressed and going for a drive in the middle of the night. And like, I've had a lot of people say that Impulse has made them feel similar things, and it's, man, like you said, it's really cool to have that kind of connection with people through music, and not just through lyrics. Very long-winded explanation to that. Sorry if I was just rambling, but
oh, no worries. The more rambling, the better. So, and I mean, you hyped up the song a lot right now, so I'm very excited to hear that. But and that kind of goes along with like one of the questions I have lined up for today. It's like, how do you really come up with some of these the song titles here on this track as a drummer? And you doing all the composition, all the recording, everything. You are literally a one-man show. I mean, like, you've probably had a friend do all the guitar work and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Definitely wouldn't go as far as one-man show. It's been a massive team of people, actually. It's I can run through people. I'd actually like to run through people.
Yeah, of course.
Give everyone there. I want to, you know, due respect to everyone that's helped, because there's been a lot of people that have helped. But from the core, it's someone called Clem. Clem writes. But he's a producer, he writes like beats. He wrote the beats for like Hampshire for Oceans Like Alaska, and he wrote the beat for Metamorph for Oceans Like Alaska.
Yes.
He also wrote the beat for 40 Roll for me way back when I started this. So want to shout out Clem, helped the creative process. Shout out to Jibs and Dan. Those are the two session guitarists that I hired in to bring my ideas to life. Because I don't play guitar, I don't play bass, I play drums, but I am a composer.
Yeah.
And that's quite a funny little limitation, that is, because I have these song ideas in my head, and I'm writing songs in my head, but the only way I can express it is through drums, but I need all the other instruments. And Jibs and Dan have had the really challenging job of listening to me sing and listen to me try and explain
Yes.
guitar parts that don't make sense.
I need a
and they have to make it-
do, and then kind of explain it.
and I get all excited as well, so I don't even make sense half the time. I'm like, dude, this one's just and I just think, what the hell? How am I supposed to make that a guitar part? But no, it's been a massive collaboration between the three of us. Us three are probably the heart of this project.
Wow.
That's actually, we also drink a lot of kombucha, the tea kombucha.
Yeah.
And we ended up nicknaming ourselves the Kombucha Boys, which got shortened to the Butcher Boys, which is why we have the song Butcher Boys.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So big shout out to Jibs and Dan. They've both put in a hell of a lot of work. But there's still a lot of other people in the project. Chris Derry, one of my best friends, he's pushed me so much throughout this project. I've been like terrified from day one. I'm not over exaggerating, terrified to do this solo album.
Wow.
When you're in a band like with Oceans, nothing scares me because it's me and my boys. Something goes wrong, we tackle it together. It's way more sheltered. But when it's literally like Chris Turner, something goes wrong, that's my debit card. You know what I mean? Something goes wrong, that's my name. And it was very, very scary. And especially to do the crowdfunder, like asking people for money is not an easy thing.
Especially in the middle of a pandemic and everything too. That's
the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And Chris Derry, alongside my girlfriend, alongside my family, credit to all of them, constantly reminding me that if your career doesn't scare you, then you're not pushing yourself hard enough, and constantly reassuring me that I'm doing the right thing by pushing. And yeah, I genuinely wouldn't have had the confidence without, Chris, my girlfriend, my family. So massive shout out to them. And then like Nick Sampson, my producer, he's one of the only producers I know that will dare mix live drums for an album. And I know that sounds extreme, but I've been turned away. I've been turned away by many producers that have just said, I'm not going to mix them unless I can put samples in them. I'm not going to mix it unless I can, snap it to grid, because it's my name on the product and I don't want to do a bad job. And I'm like, well, you won't do a bad job because it's played well and it's tuned right and it's mic'd right. But it's, I'm pushing boundaries here. It also pushes production boundaries. Mm-hmm. And a lot of engineers just didn't want to be involved because it just scared them. But Nick, he tackled it head on. He even said it scares him, but he tackled it head on. And Mike, who mastered it, he did just analog mastering on a lot of the songs. Okay. We've all really gone the extra mile to make sure everything is real audio. No MIDI bass, no guitar amp sims, all real reamps. Dan did the reamps. Like the whole project is incredibly organic in terms of musicianship, and I've pushed a lot of people out their comfort zones. And yeah, there's been a big team of people that have helped it come together. And the video work, I've pushed people out of their comfort zones with the video work. Josh jumped in at the last stage. Azrael jumped in at the last stage. Those guys have done an insane amount of work and pulled it out of the bag for me. And yeah, dude, I've definitely missed a lot of people off the list right now, but a lot of people have pulled through for me in this. So although it's under the brand Chris Turner, it's not just Chris Turner. I really want to stress that. Don't get me wrong, I've done an unthinkable amount of work.
Oh, of course.
A lot of people have pulled through for me here. So,
and I think that's very important.
Collaboration.
Yeah. Like the amount of level that everybody needs to be on. Like everyone needs to be on Chris's level right now to do this project, and for to have somebody even do the mix and everything, for you and your live stuff. I mean, that's what I would want though, and especially if you have something like this. That's a solo project. You don't want anything to be choppy, half-assed, clipped together, all that stuff. So, man, it sounds like you have a phenomenal team, and I'm glad they stuck through this. That's crazy.
Overwhelmed with the support.
I could see it on your face, man. I could see it on your face. And that makes me so happy just to see another artist like that, just so proud of their work in that. And I know I'm not part of the team or anything, but even just doing this interview with you, I feel like it's pushing me a bit out of my comfort zone. So I'm glad I can kind of join that journey with you. So,
dude, perfect. Actually, I'm going to pass the same advice to you. You were nervous before today.
Yeah.
If your career doesn't scare you, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. So good on you. For pushing yourself today.
Thank you, dude. This is gonna be fun, man. This is gonna be so much fun. Okay, so I know we kind of went off there, but like a huge shout out to your team there. I am so stoked that we get to hear the backgrounds of that, because I think a lot of people need to know that and give the proper thanks out to the team that you're working with. But yeah, let's kind of move it on here. And like the first and foremost question that I have for you, because I know this is how you kind of reached out to like someone like myself and other reactors here, and I know you have a positive vibe with reactors. So my first like question is here: what are your thoughts on reaction channels, and what does it do for you and yourself, your other bands, and that your name? Like, how are you feeling about reaction channels and where it's going right now?
I think I actually think there's a lot of value in them, and I genuinely mean that. There's value on both sides. Let's take that approach. There's value on my side as an artist. You can offer things to help me as an artist, but also from a consumer's point of view, people who watch these reactions, there's a lot of value in it for them, because they get more personal things like today. They get more realistic views, and they can just sort of enjoy it. People enjoy these more than the songs sometimes, and I'm not over exaggerating. In fact, here's a funny story for you.
All right, let's go.
I grew up with someone. They lived right over the street from me, spent every day with them as kids, and we got older. We went our separate ways. Whatever, it's cool. And I bumped into him in a pub maybe 3-4 months ago. And he said, dude, I'm so stoked for you. I've been keeping up to date on absolutely everything. I'm so proud of you. Like, this song was killer. This song was killer. And I'm like, oh, cool. Did you see this song? And he's like, oh, no, I didn't see that one. I was like, oh, it's all I've been posting about this week. And you know what he said? He said, well, I don't actually follow you on anything. I only keep up to date through reaction channels.
Oh, no way. That's really cool.
I was like, one of my oldest, best childhood friends. In fact, you don't even need to follow me. You know where I live. You could knock on my door and come and speak to me.
You can hear the drums going off.
You can show you this album a year ago if you'd wanted to.
Yeah.
But you keep up to date with me through reaction channels.
That's crazy.
In fact, he's probably watching this because this is going on your reaction channel. So, Sam, hello. Come round one day, have a coffee with me.
Please knock on my door. That's awesome, dude.
No, there's a lot of value, and the value on my side as well is I can interact to a lot more people. I try and reply to everyone on like Instagram and stuff, but
it's impossible.
There's only so many people you can. I really do I got overwhelmed this weekend with the release, and I couldn't reply to everyone. It actually started to physically cramp my thumbs, so I had to stop.
I know that feeling.
I try and keep it real with everyone. If they've got the time of day for me, I should have the time of day for them.
But, of course.
Things like this really help with that. But also, another little story. I'm so sorry that I'm talking a lot.
Hey, no worries.
It's been 2.5 years leading for this release, so I'm going to ramble.
Yeah.
I'm sorry in advance.
This is a platform to do it.
Yeah. So there was something that I found interesting about this album is I've struggled for credibility online, which blew my mind because I've been touring full time for the past, I don't know how many years, 10 years maybe. And I've climbed the ladder the traditional way, and I've gone out there and, played all around the world multiple times, and I've earned my sponsors, the biggest drum sponsor in the world. I'm sponsored by DW Drums, Sabian Cymbals, Vic Firth Drumsticks, Remo Drumheads. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sponsored by all my ideal top companies. So I've got like credibility to the sort of the highest standard in the drum world. And then I come up online with 40-Roll, my first song as a solo act, and it was like a different world. It was a world of people that all of a sudden I had zero credibility with them, as if like I didn't exist as a drummer prior to this video. And it blew my mind. I was like, wow. I've got to climb the ladder again. I've got to climb the ladder as if no one's ever heard of me, because apparently this world of internet stuff is just a world I'm not in. And it really threw me, because the one thing I did not expect was to have to, sort of prove my worth as a drummer. I thought I'd really earned my stripes the hard way, and it really, really shocked me. But another thing that these reaction channels have helped me do is do that. Because obviously you guys and Nick and the other reactors, they knew me for Oceans, and they knew that I'd put in the work. They knew that I'd climbed the ladder. So they they already had a level of respect for me and what I did, so they got me on their channels, and they sort of proved to the world like this guy's legit. And the reaction channels have helped my credibility, my online credibility, should I say, drastically. I feel like I've earned my stripes now online as well. So wait until the next. But actually, there is already the next platform, TikTok. I've got no credibility on TikTok. I'm posting videos out on, and it's again a new world that no one has ever heard of me. And they're saying, this guy's just using loads of triggers. What's that about? I was like,
yeah, dude, TikTok, they will troll you. Sometimes it's really bad. I totally get it's a new world and they don't know you're real.
It's like every time there's a new platform, apparently you just knocked back down to the first step of the ladder. Whatever, I'm playing the game now, I'm involved in it, so I'll keep fighting for my...
Dude, it's so easy to bounce back from that, though, because you can take those questions and, like, reply to them and just, like, set up your camera and be like, triggers, eh? And then just go ham with it and just show people and educate them, really. And then it's extra content for you, way more credibility, and then people see it, views start going. TikTok is a whole nother animal. It's crazy. Like, I've even said as well, it's like, you know, I got like 58,000 subscribers on YouTube, but like on TikTok, I have like 130,000. And that was over not even a year, I think, maybe a year now. And I've been doing YouTube for like 2.5, almost 3 years. So it's nuts.
I'm kind of slow on this stuff. I have got to be real. I'm not trying to play the old man card like, I don't know this technical stuff. I don't have a Twitch account. I need one. Nick Nocturnal always tells me I need to do Twitch. I need to do this. I'm actually a real musician. You know what I mean? I've just got back off tour last night. I'm back out again in a week and a half. Like, I'm not home much. When I'm home, I see my friends, I see my family, I work on my car, I rock climb, and then I'm back on the road. So, like, I don't really have time to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds like an excuse, but for that reason, I am definitely sort of, like, falling behind. But
I don't think it's an excuse at all. Like, I know there's another question in there. It's like, what do you do on your off time? But I think that kind of ties in with this as well. But like, I know you threw in the rock climbing and stuff there, but that's the thing. You're on tour for like months. So like your vacation is literally sitting at home and like catching up with friends and family and stuff like that. So to me, as much as like I'm all over social media, building connections with people, DMs and that, I get that. You just need to put everything down. And honestly, as much as it's a good thing, it's almost a bad thing at the same time. It's a double-edged sword. But man, definitely. I think even you stepping into that world is definitely going to up your credibility, your career, and just you as a whole, and just spreading the word about yourself. So it's good that you're going into the TikTok world, at least on that one, and a little bit more social media. But damn, I'm glad that you have the downtime that you do, because there's sometimes, even when I go on vacation to get away from this, I'm still on my phone, man. Usually I drop a big video like Motionless in White, and I'm sitting there in my camping chair just replying to messages, and I'm like, I know I need to just put this down for a second. So I totally understand that.
You nailed it. It's having the balance, but I'm trying, man. I'm trying to do enough online because now I'm doing the solo record. I need an online presence to help with that.
But for sure. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I gotta do both.
Cool. So I see some features onto this. I went through the little track list there, and I see you got features with Josh Manuel there, the drummer from Issues, if you guys don't know who he is. We have heard the one song Triggered with Thomas Lang in it. He's a really cool, different drum artist that does like rock and pop jazz, but has like very heavy metal vibes. And then you have Boof Gods. I want to call it Beef Gods. Boof Gods, which I think they're trap. Are these local like friends of yours? Like, what's the story on these features that you got?
A rule of thumb, this album is so organic. So organic. Not just in terms of the recording process, but the writing process and the friendships made and whatnot. Nothing has, had any like ill will or bad intention behind it. And it's the same with the features. Not one feature was for clout. Not one feature was just for views or like, oh, they've got a big title, I'm going to get them on, even though artistically I see very differently. No, this whole record is so organic. Thomas Lang is my childhood hero. He is the single and only drummer I've idolized as if they were a god, right? I had all his DVDs, all his actual physical videos,
Cassettes,
like, you know, when you had like, yeah, cassette,
or
yeah.
not cassettes, but yeah, the VCR stuff.
Yeah, VHSs.
VHS. Yeah, we're showing our age now. Now we're good. We're remembering these things.
I just remember seeing him play and thinking, this is just the coolest, most exciting drumming I've ever seen.
That's so cool.
And yeah, dude. And now, again, like I said, I sort of climbed the ladder the traditional way. I got sponsored with DW. He's sponsored with DW. So I got hooked up through the guys at DW. They connected us. And I was astonished when he replied. And I was astonished when he said he's a fan of my drumming and he actually thinks what I do is... He described... I'll never forget this because in the email I screenshotted it, sent it to all my friends and family, like, look at this, man. But he described me as the new breed of drummer and he'd be honoured to be involved. And I was like,
wow.
That's the for me personally, probably one of my biggest ever, you know, accomplishments to you know, be respected by someone I've idolised my whole life. So, and again, this is what I mean by it's so organic. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to hit up this drummer for clout. It was like, this is a personal thing for me. And to work with him closely over the weeks that we worked on that track was amazing. To be FaceTiming him. I don't remember the last time I felt nervous. I'm not trying to act like Hardman Chris, like, but I don't tend to feel nervous. I'm a very relaxed dude. And I remember when he first FaceTimed me, I felt nervous, dude. I was like, because it's just deep rooted in my childhood. So yeah, I had Thomas Lang on. I didn't know him before. He's not local, to answer your question.
Yeah.
But that was obviously a very organic connection. Josh Manuel is a friend. We've been friends for a while. We date back to 2016.
Oh.
We were on Warped Tour together, and we had a little drum squad on Warped Tour. It was... I'm going to forget people because there's a lot of us. It was me, Josh Manuel, Pablo from Grin, Luke Holland. Oh, dude. Evan from State Champs. I'm going to forget half the names, but we had this whole squad. Manny was there. We had this big squad of us, and we'd play Warped or whatever, and then in the evening we'd meet up in a trailer and we'd just jam out on a pad or on like a practice kit. And we had this little drum group chat. It was really cool. But me and Josh date back to 2016. I got him on an Ocean song. I got him on Ohrion. We did like a drum thing. And I just instantly thought of him. I was doing a groove track. He's the groove man. And I wanted to show people, again, that it is organic. It's like, I've had him on an Oceans track. I'm having him on one of these tracks because we are actually friends. It's not a clout thing. It's not like a paid thing. Again, like, not to talk about money, but it's not like, you know, I'll pay you, please be on my record. I've found you on Featured X. It's like we're homies. We like playing drums. It's really organic. I can't stress the organic element enough. Booth Gods is a total cold call from me. Booth Gods is actually an artist I love. I love funk. It's a style of music like PHONK. It's actually real, I swear.
All right, I'll look it up.
I love funk. Yeah. And he's like one of my favorite funk artists. And I was sitting there thinking, man, I should do like a funk metal song. That would be pretty hard if I did that. So I hit him up on Instagram, expecting, you know, kind of nothing back, honestly. And he hit me back straight away saying, dude, just this week I discovered Triggered. I'm obsessed with it. I'd love to work on the tracks with you. Again, wow. I've now learned that, you know, in terms of like online presence, you know, my online presence is massively greater than his. Not to put him down or big me up.
Yep.
My point is, I didn't hit him up for clout. I didn't hit him up for anything not organic. I hit him up for a very organic reason of, I like your music, you like mine. Let's join forces and make a cool track. I worked with him on 2 songs. Butcher Boys and Initial C was both Booth Gods beats.
Okay.
But he's been a legend through this process as well. He's been like there whenever we needed him. We've gone through beat after beat after beat after beat, and it didn't, because they're 2 worlds apart, and it's kind of like sometimes it just doesn't gel. So we'll try and fail. But he was down. He was down to try and fail. He was down to keep sending beats, and
good
man. He put in the graft, and we got 2 out of it. He didn't join till later on in the project. We would have got more if he was joined in earlier on, but definitely I'll be working with him again. So,
that's so cool to hear.
And there is more features coming. There's vocal features coming, which are also just as organic. But this is a real musicianship record. It's, you know, there's no clout chasing here. It's just like, this is the music I like. These are people I like. This is a record that I like.
That's good. That's what I like to hear. Like I hear
anyway.
tons of bands. Like I feel like it's more of that. It's more of the organic side of things. Of like, hey, I really like your band. You know, we're maybe good friends and stuff like that. And I'm hearing that more and more often. Even though I know there are artists, vocalists especially, you know, that you want that feature on there almost for that clout chase. And I think that's. I mean, it's not really for the clout chase. I don't think, but like I find that smaller bands, it's a good way to kind of get your name out there in a way. I mean, if I'm sure these vocalists and stuff or features kind of listen to everything first to make sure, like, you know, I want my name on this as well, you know, help you guys out type deal. But yeah, I've seen that they do charge for that, and it's cool to hear that you don't do that. And I think there's like a little bit of misconception, is that the right word, about like reaction channels as well. And like I guess a lot of these reactors take money from labels. There's a big thing on Fox News right now. Nick Nocturnal did a video on it, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, and yeah, the people think we get paid for all these reactions and stuff like that. Maybe monetization, but us as reactors as well, we want to do this for, you know, to help promote your band, and we like your band. Like, I'm a fan of Ocean State, Alaska. So when you hit me up, it's like, what do I do? Chris Turner's messaging me. Like, so it's a really cool and a big highlight for myself as well. And this is another milestone as well. So like, I really do appreciate it. And this is organic. This is like, I want to work with Chris Turner to do this. So I think that's really cool. With you being with like 3 bands, like obviously Ocean State, Alaska. For some of you people that may not know this band, I Am Abomination. I listened to this band like on your. I don't know how long you've been in the band for, but I learned since we've been doing some of these reactions here that you were in that band. But like I've been listening to them like back in high school. So I don't know if you were like on it back then. And I'm 32, turning 33 now. So I've got some years with that band, and I absolutely love the stuff, the leads and the guitar work and everything. So how do you like balance these bands and now your solo stuff now?
About balancing, I'm definitely balancing between my solo stuff and Oceans, definitely that,
right?
But the I'm Abomination stuff that's not in the equation to balance it, because I'm not in the band. They actually just hired me to write drums for the last record.
Oh, okay.
Last record. But obviously, you know, it's still a product I worked on, so it's involved in that.
Yeah.
But they don't tour, they don't do anything like that. So I literally, it was pretty cut and dry. Write it, record it, I'm out.
Right.
Sort of thing.
Okay.
But, and I do that with a lot of other bands as well. Like, it's not just I'm Abomination I've done that with. I've worked on a lot of records with a lot of different artists. So that's not really part of the balance for like touring and general life. That's almost just like jobs that I do, and I do a lot of these jobs.
Yeah.
Super cool though. That was a very organic connection as well for I'm Abomination though. My boy Nick Sampson, that's his band, and he mixes my solo stuff, and it's a nice little.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a really nice thing with them though. But with Oceans and my stuff, so my stuff started in COVID because all the Oceans tours got wiped because we couldn't tour.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting at home thinking, well, how am I gonna make money? I don't want to go and do not drumming. You know, I'm a drummer. I'm through and through a drummer. This is what I do for work. So how do I make money from my house drumming? And I know a lot of people, you know, they're very privileged with having like a studio in their house or like a drum room in their house. But I'm in quite close quarters with my neighbours. I can't play drums in the house. So I couldn't really do the whole Twitch thing. And I was just thinking, what could I do? And I'd wanted to do a solo album for years, dude. It's been on my mind for a long time. And I just thought, now's the time. There's never going to be a better time than this. So that's what kind of kick-started me to do it now over another time.
You kind of had the downtime. You're not touring.
It was like, if I'm ever going to do it, now's my chance.
Yeah.
But now that Oceans, that, you know, COVID's still sort of lingering, but it's sort of, you know, going away a bit now in terms of like restrictions, and tours are getting back on. And now the solo album's just done. I'm getting offers to tour that now, and now it is becoming like, okay, I need to actually work my calendar. So I can't answer your question because I'm about to enter that.
That's cool.
Hopefully it won't be a problem. Hopefully I can balance the two well. But luckily enough for UK and Europe, the person booking my shows is also Oceans Like Alaska's booking agent. So I doubt he would
overbook you somewhere.
double book me.
That's
So
cool though.
maybe I won't have any trouble with it. But yeah, just got some offers in this week actually for solo tours, which is pretty cool, man.
That's
Again,
neat.
proving to people it's not just an internet project. This is like a legit thing. So
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. I thought it was going to be more the other way. I didn't know your situation with I Am Abomination, but like I thought you would have more had to do that. Maybe this was an internet thing, but like, dude, that's cool alone. Like now this is real. It's one thing putting it out there for people to listen to, but now you got to go play everything everywhere. So that's so cool to hear.
play these songs, like a lot of people. Here's something interesting. A lot of people think that these songs are like my limit. Like I've pushed myself to my limit playing these songs behind the kit. It's so not true, dude. Like,
Oh.
yes, not true. You got to view it like let's take skateboarding. I used to skateboard a lot as a kid,
Right.
and I would set up a little like camera thing, and I would video myself attempting to kickflip like 4 stairs or 5 stairs all day, every day for like the whole of the summer until I land it once, and then you put that video up like, hey, look, I can kickflip 5 stairs.
Yeah.
I couldn't kickflip 5 stairs. Like I just about got lucky. I think people think that's what I've done with this album. Like I've written the hardest thing I can play on drums, and I'm gonna just record it again and again and again and again until I finally get it, and then I'll release that to show off. Like, look at what I did, man. That is the furthest thing from the truth.
I
Like,
did not think that at all. I know you're a very phenomenal drummer, and yeah, I mean, so that's not my
Thank you,
bad.
no, but like I remember looking at these professional skateboarders in competitions where they like do like the craziest thing down a stair set, straight onto the craziest thing down that rail, straight onto this thing and that thing, and they just land everything perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, that's a professional skateboarder. That's the difference between me skating as a kid and them. This is how it is with my drumming. So these songs are very much in my comfort, and I wrote them so that if I do tour them, I'll be able to play them note for note, night after night without fail. Like I'll be able to play this album start to finish every night for a month without any trouble. That was how I designed it. I didn't design it so that it's going to kick my ass and I'll get it once if I'm lucky. But that surprises people to hear, because they think that like it was an internet project and I'm just trying to show off my limit. But it's not, man. It's not my limit. It's just good music, in my opinion. I'm just trying to write music that I like and enjoy playing it. But
That's the way to do it, man. Especially if you're going to do it for the rest of your life, man. You got to play something that you absolutely love doing. So that kind of leads into my next question here. I know this is probably like on everyone's top of mind right now, but you know, you guys, as Ocean 8 Alaska there, you guys dropped a Metaphoric back in November of 2020, and we haven't seen anything yet. And everyone's probably, actually, I have lots of messages. Ask him. When are we going to hear some new Ocean's 8 Alaska? What's going on with that?
You're going to hear New Ocean's 8 Alaska in 4 days.
4 days. Let's go.
How does that feel?
That feels really good. We're going to have to jump on another stream real soon. And then we got to fucking do that now.
Let's do it, man. I'm down.
Awesome.
Now, the Ocean's 8 Alaska thing, tell you what's been nice about the solo stuff is the fact that there's no one to hold me back. That makes it sound like Ocean's hold me back. I'm not saying Ocean's hold me back. I'm just saying that if I want to put out a song, I can. If I want to record 2 tomorrow and then not record any and then do, you know what I mean? Like I'm sort of in control of how the timeline.
So
but
with the
Ocean,
label that you guys have, like there's no interruptions there. Like that's another thing I thought of as well. It's like you might be in another band and like have your own solo stuff. Maybe there's a little bit of stepping on toes in a way, maybe with labels or some people in the band and that. So like that's kind of cool to hear you say like you have the access to do whatever you want as well.
With the solo stuff, I can take it, you know, however I want to take it. But with Oceans, there is a record label. There is 5 other people in the band to consider. So, like, you know, if a video shoot doesn't work on this person's schedule, but it does on 4 other people's, you have to push the whole video shoot back, and then it doesn't work with the video guy, and then it's delayed a video shoot from a week to a month. But when it's my personal project, you know, I'll wipe my schedule because it's for my benefit sort of thing. But when there's 5 other people in the band and there's a label to consider and then there's COVID restrictions and you add all these extra people into all these extra chefs in the kitchen sort of thing, and it makes it a lot harder. And it's not a bad thing per se. It's just the nature of working with a larger amount of people. it just naturally takes longer, and that's why the solo album was so much quicker. I think a lot of people thought that I just kind of got bored with working on Oceans, did the solo stuff, and just didn't bother doing Ocean stuff. That's so not true. I've been working equally hard at both of them this whole time, but it's just a different setup for Oceans, and it just took longer. But we have another song coming out very soon called New Dawn. It's super heavy, super sick.
I can't wait.
I don't know when the release date of the album is, but the album's done. It's recorded, it's mixed, it's mastered, it's finished. Like, so it can't be long away. But again, like so if it was my solo album, the day I got masters, I uploaded it for distribution that same day.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
great.
But right now I'm over here saying, oh yeah, it's done. But I don't know when it's coming out because there's just other people involved and other agendas to suit. And so I can't really give too many answers on it other than New Dawn will be out, in a week or so, or less than a week.
Sweet. I'm very excited for that. Yeah. I got another one for you here. I know you obviously have your, Thomas Lang there, your favorite drummer, but like, who are some of the favorite bands that you played with or maybe went on tours with? Like, you got any cool, like, crazy stories that you've been on tour with that, like, you just don't want to forget? Yeah.
Yeah, touring's wicked, man.
Yeah.
When we was touring permanently, like I think in 2018 we did 9 months on the road, and like at the end of 2018, I was starting to just hate it because it was like you do 9 months of anything and you're gonna start to hate it because you're gonna miss out on this, that, the other. I was missing out on birthdays,
Christmas,
I was missing out on
everything.
And it kind of like the balance wasn't there. That was too much, but. Then COVID hit and you have all the time off and you start thinking, man, I really miss that. Like, why was I hating it so much? I need to do a bit of that. I think it's moderation. Same with everything. It's moderation, isn't it? Having a good balance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tour stories, there's a ton of good ones and a ton of bad ones. Bad ones is usually when it's just getting too much and you just want to go home.
Right.
But there's a ton of very, very funny good ones. I mean, there's too many to sort of put into one.
Whatever your favorite one is here, just top of the head, just give me one story. What we got?
Dude. Okay, a funny one. All right. It's just the first one that came to mind. I'm not giving it the number one spot. It's not my favorite memory. Okay. It's just the first one that came to mind. David from the drummer of Weak Homies Romans, we did a tour with. Oh. Hang on, the laptop's ringing.
Hi, Mom.
We're good. Where was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. Weak Homies Romans, David's their drummer. They're like the loveliest band, the loveliest people.
Oh, they're super chill.
Oh, I love them. I love those guys. And it was a great tour. And there's like a tour tradition. I don't know how many bands are involved in this. I know that most of the bands I tour with are involved in it, but it's like a drummer's code. On the last day of the tour, you just fuck with the other drummer as much as you can during their show.
Yes.
It's like just what you do. And I've had some funny ones. Like I've had ones where like a drummer like swapped out my crashes for 2 stacks. So like choruses instead of being like it was like
nice.
Well, I've had like little things like that are kind of funny but not that crazy. I did this one to a band where I raised all their cymbal stands up to the absolute highest point. And this dude was basically stood up to hit his crash like this. And you just kind of fuck with each other. It's just like a drummer thing, I guess. But on the last day of the Weak Homies Romans tour, I just had this idea and it was my favourite one I've ever done. I can't believe the band weren't mad at me because it definitely ruined the show for a small amount. It definitely ruined the show for at least a song.
Oh, boy.
Backstage, they got us loads of pizzas to say thanks for like a great tour or whatever. And I was looking at these pizza boxes and I was thinking how I could fuck with him. And I was like,
pizza boxes for symbols.
Oh, yeah. So I poked holes in the middle of the pizza boxes and I straight up, in their first song, I didn't even let them warm in. Mm-hmm. I just walked out there and I just took off each cymbal and swapped it for a pizza box. And dude, it'd make a little bit of a noise if you're in a silent room, but in the middle of a venue,
it's nothing.
Nothing. Silent. So like he was like about to start this song and he does like this big count in like on his height. He still had hi-hats at the time. And it was supposed to be like and it just went And like, I just remember the whole band like looked back at him as if to say,
Oh, they didn't even see this happen.
they're looking forwards. And oh my dude, it was so funny. It was so funny. And I had to put his cymbals back, obviously. I couldn't let him do the whole show like
No.
that. We had, I think what he did to me on that show, I think he removed an item every song. So by the last song, I think I just had a kick drum and a snare drum and one cymbal, I think.
Oh, wow.
But it's just something you do. You just fuck with each other on the last day. But that was a really funny one because
that's really cool.
I mean, me and David were like almost in tears laughing because it was just silent, dude. It really was funny.
That's freaking cool, man. That's really cool to hear, and that you guys have really fun on these tours and just have these really neat relationships. I feel like that's kind of.
Sorry, I just thought of it. On that
ahead.
same show, the Plotting You was on that tour, and on that very same night, we just thought, let's fuck with Plotting You as well. And we were rolling a lot of dice that tour, and we literally went out the whole tour. I'm not exaggerating, the whole tour package. Crew, every other band, support bands, everyone. We went out on stage for the Plotting You. Just walked out on stage, like about 30 of us. All of us holding like dollar bills and with dice, and we just slapped the dollar bills in the middle of the stage and just started rolling dice during their set. And like, I just remember Landon just like, all right, he just got $1 out, threw it in. He's like singing, rolling with us, and that was one of that show. In fact, that whole show was probably the most fun last day of tour ever. It was carnage.
That's
dude.
cool.
I bet the people watching that show was just like, man, I've paid to see these bands. This is crap.
Man, I would want to be at those last shows. This has given me like a new idea. It's like, if I got a chance to see one of the last tour shows, now I want to aim for those.
I always think people are probably watching it like, this. What are these clowns doing? Like, I've came to see a professional show. What is happening? But yeah. Last show of tour, man. You got to enjoy it.
That's wicked, man. So okay, I got like a couple more in this little section here, but like, what's on your heavy rotation right now? What's your favorite bands that you're listening to? Like, is it more like the metalcore genre, or do you listen to like some other stuff? You're gonna say like Celine Dion or something, aren't you?
Not quite Celine Dion, but although no, the thing with. Dude, right. I'm a rock climber, as you know. Before I was full-time drummer, I was actually a full-time rock climber. They're my two jobs, quite funny, random jobs, I guess. But when I was full-time rock climbing, it took away the fun of climbing, man. It like I didn't finish work and want to go climb. I wanted to finish work and go home and like chill with people or whatever. And the weekend had come around, and it used to be the weekend comes, we'll drive out to the mountains, we'll go climb all weekend and camp. Now it's like the weekend comes, I don't really want to climb. I've been climbing all week. It was, it doesn't kill it for you, but it changes how you view it. Now, it's not exactly the same with music and drumming, but it's a genre thing for me. So when I spend all day writing metal, and then I spend all night playing metal at shows or whatever,
you want to listen to something different.
When it comes to like your free time, it's not that it kills music for me. It kind of like overkills metal. You just want to break. So my playlists never consist of metal, ever.
Whoa, okay.
The only time I started re-listening to metal was sort of halfway through lockdown because I hadn't been touring, and then I just started to get the bug and I started to miss it. And then I was like just cranking a mure and just raging in my kitchen every morning when I make breakfast. Like, do you know what I mean? But
some angry music.
Yeah, when I listen to metal, I just listen to the craziest stuff and I just rage. But that definitely hasn't happened for a while, because usually I just either rage out to whatever I'm writing or whatever I'm playing, or I'm listening to something chill. So my favorite like playlists right now is like the new Bonobo record. I love Bonobo. He's probably one of my favorite artists ever. It's all like electronic chill out. Oh, dude, it's just like chill, but it's so cool.
All right.
I don't know, man. Probably the answer that you didn't want, but I don't really vibe to metal.
It's all right.
I
think it's really cool to hear that too, and especially if you do listen to something different like that, I'm sure it's a cool inspiration for you to like maybe start doing something a little bit different. And I think that's very important. Like me, I grew up listening to the punk rock, Blink-182, Sum 41 style stuff, and dibble dabbled into The Devil Wears Prada and August Burns Red for like metal music. But as much as I listen to metal every single day, my rotation is still metal for some reason. But like once in a while, like my girlfriend, she is a big metalhead as well, but like she listens to like folk music, and we're actually going to a concert for they're called First Aid Kit, and it's just these two like sisters that play folk music, and I'm like, yo, let's go, this is gonna be sick change for once.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, it's like, yeah, totally different stuff. It's like, but funk. I listen to a lot of funk.
Right,
That's how
you're
I was
saying.
listening to Booth Gods a lot. That's sort of going back to how organic the record is. Like, I'm listening to Booth Gods every day. Like, this is a vibe.
Yeah, I'll
I
have
need
to
to
go
make
into that.
this. I need to make this a metal song. Like, yeah.
That's perfect. All right, let's gear away from some of these like personal like music questions here. Let's get a little bit into your personal life for the next little couple minutes here. But like, I know you're a car freak. You obviously had it in 40 roll there. Your car. What was it? Was it the Nissan Z41? Is that what it is?
Nissan. It's a Z33. It's
Z.
the 350Z.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was one of those, but I know you're playing around with it, but what kind of mods have you done to this thing? I'm sure you got like turbos and stuff on it, but like explain for our car freaks in chat here.
There's no turbo on the Z.
No?
No turbo on the Z. I did have a little Miata, and I turbo converted the Miata. That was sick.
Oh,
Was
I gotta
really
send you my buddy's Miata. He's won many competitions with it. I'll send it to you on DM later.
Yeah. No, I love those cars. They're like one of my favorite ever cars. I got a little soft spot for them. They're just so cute and fun and awesome. But yeah, I did turbo convert my MX-5. I then traded that for a bone stock 350Z.
Okay.
The 350Z has been a work in progress to become a dedicated drift car. Because I have another car for my daily. I've got a Lexus IS200. I know that that's also a common drift car, but that's not my drift car. That's my daily, comfortable Lexus.
Drive around at nighttime car.
Much, but the Z is definitely pretty much for drifting only now. It's slammed on HSDs. I got some nice 720 wheels on there. I got a camber kit to square out my rear wheels.
Ooh.
I haven't done lock mods yet. That's next on the list. I'm away from home a lot. Give me a chance.
Yeah.
It's caged out. It's got bucket seat harnesses. I haven't done the plenum space yet, but I've done intake and exhaust. It's got a welded diff. It's a drift car. It has a welded diff. So it's a nightmare to drive on the roads.
No kidding.
I don't really know what else to say. It's purely a fun car.
Is it you personally doing all these mods, or do you have buddies that you just hang around in the shop with?
I don't have a shop. It's a hobby. I just do it on my driveway. I turbo converted the whole MX-5 on my driveway. Like, I do everything cool. Just outside. So sometimes I get rained on. The only thing I can't do, I literally do everything myself. The only thing I can't do is like I don't weld, and I want to, but I've never had the chance to like learn and get the equipment and whatnot. So with like the cage and stuff, I had help from my friend Brandon. He helped me weld up the cage, and he welded my diff for me as well. Brandon is actually in the Get Sendy video welding at the start.
Oh,
yeah. I've tried to keep it all close to home, so people in the videos are like, my friends and whatever.
That's cool.
But yeah, the start of Get Sendy, the person welding is Brandon, who helps me with the welding in my car.
That's neat, man. That's neat.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool that you have like friends to do that with. I feel like even with my situation, like I moved like an hour and a half away from where I like sold my house and everything. So yeah, like I don't have anyone really to hang around like in the Toronto area. I mean, there's a couple like reactors that I'm like lining up some stuff with, like Metal Burb. I don't know if you know who he is as well, but like Nick Nocturnal's from Toronto too. And Galactic
nice.
Criminal and everything. Yeah, really solid dudes. And hardcore as well. They're all from the Toronto area, so lots of Canadian reactors. So definitely want to like have that situation with some of these guys, because I think they're just really chill dudes. But what other hobbies you got, man? Sorry, I went way in.
I was just saying, I did notice that all your reactors tend to be from Canada. It's quite interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, what other hobbies you got going on for yourself? And after this question, we'll get into the album here for you. And but yeah, what else do you do outside of like rock climbing, drums, and cars?
It's already really, isn't it? Like, outside of touring, writing albums for other bands and recording albums, and that in itself, I'm busy with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I write music for games. I write and record music for games, and I'm pretty busy with the music side of things. But the cars keep me pretty busy. That's like a hobby. Climbing, that keeps me pretty busy. That's a big hobby.
Right.
Man, where do I go from there? I'm one of these people who, as an umbrella statement, I'm 100% or I'm 0%. Do you know what I mean? So I don't like.
If you're gonna do something, you're gonna go in and do it.
Like, I'm gonna try climbing. It's like, right, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna enter competitions. I'm gonna do the craziest climbs in this country, and I'll push myself. You know what I mean? It's like the same with my cars. It's not like, oh yeah, I like cars. I'll get a nice car. I'll get a GT86 and just leave it stock. That look pretty enough. It's like, nah. I'm going to have a go at everything. I'm going to have a go at like doing this. I'm going to cut this out and see if this fits. I'm going to, you know what I mean? I'm going to send it, sort of thing.
That's so cool.
But it's also like 100% or 0% because I'm either good at something or I'm terrible at it. There's no in between with me. Like, if I'm good at something, I'll really push and excel and I'll get quite good at it. But if I'm bad at something from the get-go, I kind of don't care about it, and then I just remain terrible at it. So out of all my hobbies, I'm normally quite, fairly good at the hobby. But if it's not a hobby, consider me awful at it. So I slackline. That's another hobby.
Slackline.
I do a lot of stuff. I did silversmithing for a while. I was making like custom jewelry and stuff. It was really random, but like I fully worked at the jewelry quarter with like a very famous jeweler, and I've done some really random things.
That's why you don't have like cool like diamonds and stuff in your drum kit now.
I do it all, or I don't do it at all, sort of thing. But I think that the main hobbies is drumming, cars, climbing, and seeing my girlfriend and my friends and my family, and just enjoying life for the simpler things, man. You can't forget that. You can't, take it for granted. Just the simple pleasures in life and enjoy those,
It's very important. It's very important.
And that's a stacked list anyway, man. Balancing that is hard enough. So
man.
Lake swimming. I love cold water. That's one of my biggest hobbies right now.
Are you doing the cold dips, like the meditation cold dip thing? I had a cold shower last week or the week before just to try it. Insane. And I've watched like Tony Robbins videos on it and that, and I'm sure you know who Wyatt Stav is. I know he's doing a little bit of that as well.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he. Dude, I can't believe it didn't come to my mind. Like, because it's the water in the UK is normally always cold, and I love swimming in nature. I don't like swimming in swimming pools. I find it really boring. But you put me in the middle of the lake, I'll swim for a mile with like literally me and my boy Axel. He's from another YouTube channel called TGF. We literally just jumped in a lake one day and we swam for about, I think, 2 and a bit hours. I can't remember how many miles we swam, but we just kept going, and it was just chatting and looking and loving it. And then that led to my love for cold water. I was like, oh, I need to get used to this cold water. So I started ice bathing, and then I started loving the ice baths. And that's such a big hobby. But when someone says, what else do you do? Like, I got a bit flustered. I was like,
it's a totally loaded question, right? I just wanted like something random where like, oh yeah, I do gardening or something like that. But like, hey, the diamond, like the jewelry stuff, that's pretty different. So I'll take that one.
Juggling, I used to juggle loads. I got really good at juggling like ridiculous tricks with like 4 or 5 balls sometimes. Like, I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
Again, I go over the top with something, or I just don't bother with it at all. That's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. Well, hey, let's jump into this brand new album that you just dropped, Steezy. Man, I so can't wait, guys. Everybody in chat, get fucking hyped for this. Very excited. Listen, I mean, we already did 40 Roll here, and Juice. Both have music videos. Absolutely loved them. And I love the videos that you did for this. And even the little things that you did at the beginning with the hot dog stand, put your car in there with the drifting and stuff. Man, it's just a lot of fun. And I'm every video, I was just like, what's he going to do next? So I really do appreciate the little things that you put into that stuff. Anything you want to say before we get into this or what? Besides, hey, get this shit on your playlist. Let us know what's going on and what's your favorite songs. But
see 2 questions in the little chat thing. I'll
Okay.
quickly answer them.
Yeah.
And then any more questions that come up, we'll deal with them as they go along. Someone said, please say I'm not entirely happy with this. Fun fact,
Yes.
that's not me. That's one of my good friends, Ian, who
That's
said I'm not entirely happy
you?
with this.
I thought it was you.
It's not even me.
No way.
It's one for a while, me and Ian, the way we would hang out is we'd come to my house. I've got a home studio, and we'd get drunk and we'd write some beats and we'd just be really stupid, and none of it would make sense. And the one day we were super drunk, and he was in the vocal booth, and he did a take, like recorded some stupid stuff, literally didn't make sense. And I was like, right, you happy with that one? Like as if it was a real session. And he literally replied with, no, I'm not entirely happy with this. And it just made me laugh so much, like how authentic he was, how much feeling he put in that.
Yeah.
Like, and I happened to record him. That was when he said it. We didn't re-record it. He just said it, and I happened to record him saying it. I found it so funny, and I'd been looking for a producer tag, and I wanted something that was British, something that was, you know, relatable to me and only me. And that's so my nature, like pushing to do like the craziest thing, and I'll never be happy. Like all these songs, I've like played them pretty well, but I still hear them and I'm like, oh, I could have done that better. And like,
yeah,
it's so me, like not entirely happy. It's like I'm happy, but I'm not entirely happy. And the overly British accent and how like dry humor it is. I just thought, Ian, I literally said to him, I was like, that's my producer tag. Do you care if I fucking start making merch and shit with this? He's like, why would I? He almost didn't get it at the time. He was like, why would I fucking care? I just said I'm not entirely happy with this. What are you talking about? I was like, yes, mine.
Yeah, I personally love it. And I know he's talked about it a bit when we did the first interview thing.
Yeah.
Really good. And I think you threw it in the Ocean's 8 Alaska metaphoric song as well, right?
It's my producer tag now, so any song that I produce or I'm heavily involved in the production of, expect to hear the tag. It's sort of like, you know, putting my mark on something that I've worked on. So yeah, it's in more Ocean songs as well.
Yeah, I fucking love that. All right, did you have another question you want to get back to on there, or?
Well, at least that I see. I don't know if I'm fully up to date on the chat, but I just see these two right now. The other one says, why do I play my kit so low? It's actually just energy saving, honestly. Like, just logically speaking, if you've got a snare drum here, and then a crash cymbal here, and a crash cymbal here, like if I want to be filling between those really quick, you have to physically move far. And that like distance not only makes it way more effort, but also means you can only go so fast because you have to physically like move between things. But if everything's really local, you can you've got access to everything without, you know, busting your balls too hard, basically. So it's purely energy saving. And then that's also why I have to angle my cymbals away from me a bit. They're not actually angled away from me. It's just the angle is replicated. You know, if a crash cymbal's up here, your stick hits it like this.
Right.
But if you drop that cymbal down here, your stick starts hitting it above and you hit the wrong bit of the cymbal. So I've literally just sort of like done that with them, and I'm hitting it the exact same angle.
As if it was up there and you're saving time on there. It's kind of like a race car. You got to take out, you know, the brakes and this and that. Or not the brakes, but like take out some extra seats, the door panels off. You need to save time on your speed.
Basically, yeah. Helping you play faster for less effort. And the angled cymbals, they're not actually angled. It's the same angle, but they're just low.
That's really cool. I never thought of that before. And how fast you actually do play, it makes sense.
I'm touring, I'm doing it every night. It does make the difference, man. Like you don't kill yourself playing songs every night. Then it's just more enjoyable. So
there you go, drummers out there. You want to save some time and energy? That's how you do it. Change your setup.
Pretty much.
All right, let's fucking get into this first song here. And I love the first title here. I mean, we've done 40 Roll, we've done Juice. So the third track on this album is called Get Sendy. I love it.
You may have done Get Sendy. That's with the welding. Did you look at that video?
I actually don't know. I know I thought I've done all of them, to be honest. All right, we'll give it a listen. Is there a video, though? You said there's a video? All right, let's get this video up. Now I got to change my whole thing.
I feel like you might have done Get Sendy. I can't remember.
Cindy. Oh, now we're flying off. This is raw content here. Oh, I did do this one. That was my bad. Go watch that reaction as well. All right, we'll save some time and skip those ones. But yeah, let's get into the next one, which is Reconstruct. Sounds really good. This one's actually got Josh Manuel in it from Issues. Very excited to see. Like, will I be able to pick out the drums, you think?
Your challenge.
My challenge? All right, let's fucking get into it, chat. Hype it up.
You have to say, Josh started now and finished now. I'm gonna see if you get it right.
Okay. I'll see how good I'm at this. All right, first song, chat. Let's hype it up.
I'm not entirely happy with this.
Ooh, love the build up into this. Why do I feel like this is Josh here?
Is that your final answer?
Ooh. Wow, this is very different. Oh, this is so chill. Oh my god. This is a nice nighttime drive song.
This one has a really cool video actually. The intro into this is me doing a cold white.
Okay.
I just saw a question in the chat. Jibs and Dank did this out.
Oh. Love the momentum building up to this. Yes. Ooh, would you love to see a collab with Jason Richardson? That would be cool. What? Oh.
Flashing.
That was sick.
He's got to throw in a bit of mud.
I'm trying to pick out like the different production on the drums to see if I can tell which is different.
So this bit right now is Josh.
I kind of figured. I feel like there was a little bit different of a kick there.
Those songs are way different. That's fine. I'm trying to solo. So that's the end of Josh. It's back to me for the rest of the song.
Okay. A lot of those ring outs too. It's so different from the rest of this.
Yeah, it's the whole album is written in this. If you listen to it song by song in order, it'll flow like a
Ooh, I'm glad you did it that way.
I designed vocals, and this is one of the songs that has vocals coming.
Oh, yeah, I'm down. I want to see that.
Chorus with the ring outs, like it's begging for like a massive chorus, but that's in the works. That's coming. This is my chance to win my
Ooh, ooh.
Still me. It's like I'm rude, but no, this is like my
This is sick. Just a clean guitar work in there too. It sounds really cool.
It's like the underlying like chill vibe, but it's still like got my spice on it, you know.
Man, that was so cool. Okay, before I forget, who's gonna be the vocalist on this track?
Hey, am I allowed? I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Okay, you don't have to say it. Is it?
How about if I give you vocalists, one of them is it. We'll see if you guess it right, and if you guess it right, I'll tell you. If you guess it wrong, I won't tell you.
All right. All right. What do we got? Give me 3 vocalists.
Landon Tours from Plotting You. Andy from Monuments.
Oh.
Or Lauren Babick.
Or Lauren Oh, why you gotta throw that on me? Fuck. I mean, all 3 of those people would be amazing on that track. Like,
That'd all be a good fit.
Man, I love all 3 of those vocalists. I mean, Andy is one solid dude as well. I've been building like a cool connection with him lately. And he's just one chill, happy dude. I just love popping into his streams and just saying what's up to him. But even like Lauren's from Toronto, and I saw her with Protest a Hero like a few years back, and that's when I first discovered Red Handed Denial and then Crazy 88. I'm like, I mean, I really wanted to be Lauren Babick because I'm a fan of hers. But so I can see what? Sorry?
The reason I picked those 3 vocalists is because those are the 3 vocalists I sent the song to and chatted with to see who wants it.
Oh, that's cool.
So all of them have heard it, and all of them are real contenders.
I mean,
they're not random picks.
Okay. I kind of think like just because you mentioned the Plotting You in one of your tour things, I'm gonna go with the Plotting You if that's what it is.
You are wrong. You'll have to wait and see.
Fuck shot. Well, that's cool because man, Andy's a beast on vocals. So is Lauren. Whoever those 2 is gonna be, that's gonna be sick. I'm so fired up to hear that. But yeah, that song, dude, phenomenal. I absolutely love that. I loved how chill it was. The like ambient sounds with the guitar notes, the different transitions that you were using was like, holy shit. Very, very cool to hear and listen to. And it's just crazy how much you put into these. I'm blown away already just off of that song.
And Josh's part is sick.
Yeah, that's...
And the video is sick as well. I put a lot of effort into this Lake video as well. But yeah, man.
The video's not out, right?
No.
Okay, cool. We'll keep an eye out for that one for sure. I really want to see the 2 of you do this video. I think that'd be really neat. Perfect. Let's get into the next one. Sorry, what was that?
July 1st, so this Friday.
Oh! All right. Fuck yeah. Let's go. All right, next one here. We got, was it Mak Mahomak? Mak
said it right, Mak Mahomak.
Okay, what is the story behind that? What does that mean?
The one title, I refuse to tell anyone what it means. That is the mystery song title. It's nothing offensive, obviously.
Okay.
Just obviously, it's nothing offensive. But that's not why I'm not telling people. I'm not telling people because it's just an inside joke, and I think it's more funny leaving the mystery for people being like, "What the hell is a Mak Mahomak?" I just think it's funnier that way, so I'm gonna keep it that way.
My guess on here, and just like first reading this word, I feel like it'd be like a rock climbing tool that you would use, like a. I don't know, like like an axe of some sort, just to climb up. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just a nickname for that, but that's just my first thought.
I tell you what, though, I did a live stream the other night, and some people were guessing really close to what it was.
Oh, really? But,
yeah.
Leave it down in chat or in the comments when this goes up, chat. What do you think that means? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. All right, let's see what it's got. Let's go. Oh, we're gonna be happy with this.
Dirty beat that is.
We're all gonna be bent out of shape with these bends. Oh my god. Just going down.
I keep bringing that back throughout the whole song, and it gets lower every time. And at the very end of the song, it goes so low too.
Thank you for putting bass drops in this. This is vibe. This is a vibe. Jesus Christ.
Favorite chorus is actually the album. It's such a like uplifting but dark. Well, I don't know how to describe that.
Yeah, I feel ya. Oh.
Trying to bring it back is a bit lower.
Wow, this is so fun. Wow.
More epic-y stuff, more like vibes there. You know I'm setting it up though, don't you? You just know that this is like, it's nice now, but it does get better. It's like extra nasty. Like, it's not gonna stay nice. Not in Mak Mahomak. Not in Mak Mahomak, though.
Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Top, 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 top. Oh my god. That's disgusting.
The fun one that is.
Oh, that right now is my favorite right now. I love how bendy and just
Picture me, you know how earlier I said I sing my ideas to Dan and Jibs? You can totally picture me right now, like, just sitting there going, yeah, I want this next song to just go, they'll just be like, what?
I want it to sound like it's tuning down when you play. That's so fun. Yeah, that right now is like one of my favorites. That was dope. And we're all going to keep guessing what a Mak Mahomak is.
Yeah, as well. They all have cool videos, but that one's super cool.
Oh, you're coming out with videos for all of these?
Music video and then the live drum video of me recording it.
Shit.
So you can watch the entire album being recorded in the drum videos, but also you still get miniature music videos per song which relate to the song.
That's
so
good.
Like so Impulse, this next one is the night drive one, and the intro scene to this is me going on a night drive.
If
there's any car guys watching, if there's any car guys watching in a Supra, in a Mark IV Supra, they'll care about that.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. And I think a lot of people are going to relate to this anyway, just going out for a nighttime drive and listening to music just to clear your mind.
Just literally, I don't know how many seconds it is, like 20 seconds. If you've not got night drive vibes after 20 seconds, then we're on a different page, but serious night drive vibes.
You're in a different car. Get out. All right, let's see what this one's all about. This one's Impulse, chat. Let's get it.
cruising.
I can just see this video now. Ooh. Yeah, you're gonna have to night walk instead of Mio. Ooh.
It's this hook now that I love. Another like catchy chorus that needs vocals.
Yeah.
Song's a vibe, man.
Oh.
Night runs.
That could be bad. Yeah, nice leads there. Ooh. Love the pans with the guitar here too. Oh, that transition.
Got a bit of floor here as well, like that two-step vibe coming.
Yeah. Ooh, the chunk. Wow. This is so good, man.
Dude. 2.5 years for 38 minutes.
Holy
a long time.
shit.
It's like feel good though, isn't it? It's like so lifting at the same time.
Yeah.
That's like the night. Yeah, that's like the night drive thing, though, isn't it? It's like in lifting with undertones. It's like it's picking you up, feeling better, but you still like not.
Yeah, I could feel it off of this.
Yeah.
This is good. This album is so fun. I can picture the vocals on it. Yes. Oh man, this is so good. This is so fucking good.
Oh yes, dude.
Yeah, definitely. First 20 seconds in, the nighttime vibes. I see the music video already. I don't know why. I just see like you just driving in your car, just laid back and like maybe green screen everything out and like just seeing these like neon lights kind of passing by and stuff like that. And just like you just vibing and just zoning out to being like, yeah, this is my fucking cruise song and it's yours now too.
Pretty much, just without the green screen. It's me in my bed. You can see I'm not sleeping and I'm lying there awake and I'm a bit stressed. And then I just get out, check my phone. Fuck it, this isn't going to help. I put a t-shirt on, I jump in a Supra, and then I just cruise in a Supra and spit some flames and the fun starts.
That's
wicked.
sick. I can't wait to watch that one. I really can't. All right, so initial C here. This is... go ahead.
With Booth Gods.
With Booth Gods, yeah. So is this just for initial C, like C for Chris, your initial?
E is a really famous car anime about like Japanese cars.
Oh.
And it's it is my favorite anime, and I just love it. And when I was writing Initial C, I'd like, you know, when you're like a kid and you get sick and you have like that one film you watch when you're sick and it's like your sick film and you've watched it like 20 times, but
Yeah.
it always helps. I was like, when I was writing Initial C, I kept getting sick and I kept watching Initial D to make me feel better.
Oh, no way. That's
I finished
really
writing
cool.
the song. I finished writing the song and I was like, I want to call it Initial D, but I can't because that's copyrighted. But then I was like, well, my initial is C for Chris. I was like, I'll just call it Initial C. That'll do.
That's a really cool concept. I think my like childhood memory when I was like sick like that was The Little Rascals, I think was my movie. I know that word like word for word. All right, let's get it. Let's see what this one's all about.
Is a heavy.
Ooh, I love how it's still playing in the back too. We just went Darko on this.
It's heavy.
Ooh.
Eighth time now. That, kids, is why you don't use MIDI bass and you use a real bass. Because it's stanky.
Yeah, it's stanky.
It was such a bop. This drop now.
Love the guitars on this.
It's outro now, dude.
I don't know how you do
It's
this,
heavy.
man. I really
It's
don't.
heavy.
Oh!
Still gets heavier. It gets heavier.
Oh my god. Oh, even the end with the not entirely happies. Fuck, dude. I was not expecting this off this album. I really wasn't. I mean, I loved your singles that you put out, but you delivered so far on the rest of this. Like, not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I listen to like a lot of albums. I do whole album reviews, and you know, the singles are usually the best ones half the time, but this, fuck yes. This is
Thank you, man.
phenomenal. It's just a vibe. I cannot wait to hear like some people even throwing some vocals over this just for fun and stuff. Like, man.
This song has vocals. Initial C has a guest vocalist as well.
Yes.
To make that I'm just going to tell you who this one is. To make that ridiculously heavy song even more ridiculously heavy, I've got Adam Warren from Oceano doing vocals on that one.
Ooh. He's got some of the meanest vocals too. Like, honestly, I don't listen to a lot of Oceano, but like I've seen some of his TikToks and his one takes and that. I'm like, This guy is on a different level, but that's going to be mean. I could see this breakdown going so well with his vocals.
This crazy breakdown and these crazy vocals. That's a nutty combination, man.
Man, this is so fucking good. That one's probably my favorite now. These are all great. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. This is so fun. Just listening to this with you, and like even just you saying, "Oh, it gets heavier." Like, I feel this is how I was like in high school. Like, I was that kid with the headphones. I'm like discovering new music. I'm like, "Yo, bro, listen to this at the lockers," and just air drumming like everything. And like, they thought I was like the crazy kid that just listened to metal, and I'm like, I was just showing people. So this is just like, it feels like that. I'm like in my comfort zone now. But this is sick, dude. Thank you so much for that. Like, just these so far. But yeah, we got a couple more left, guys. We did Butcher Boys with Boof Gods. Goof Gods. Oh my goodness. Boof Gods. First it was Beef Gods. Yeah, goofballs. And yeah, let's get it. This one's Drippy. This just sounds like it's gonna make you wet.
Before we play Drippy, Drippy is the interlude for VIP, so it like...
Oh, it's going to go right into it?
Kinda, yeah. It almost sets up... I wanted VIP to have like the most ultimate outro to like close the album off, like go out on a bang. And I wanted it to have all the flavours of the album. So, cool beats, baller beats, crazy kick drums, super low tuning, and just ultimate like chug sort of stuff. So I wrote the end of VIP, and basically I've explained this horribly. The beat in Drippy, so Drippy is just the beat. It's not got any like drums.
Yeah, it's a minute.
It's just the beat. Yeah, and then at the end of VIP, that beat comes back for this big conclusion to conclude the record. It's pretty cool, man. But talking about the fact that I've done a drum video for every song, you know how I said I'm 100% or I'm 0%?
Yeah.
Well, when I'm looking at 10 drum videos with 10 mini music videos, I'm then looking at Drippy saying, I know it's just an interlude, but it's got to have a video.
Yeah.
So I've filmed a full-blown music video for a 50-second long interlude.
That's great. That's fucking sick, man. It's better than a visualizer.
Completely overkill. Like, just, yeah.
I think it's really cool how you're setting up this album as well. Like, I know this started off as a project of like you just doing this for yourself, you know, you're not touring or anything. This is when you can do it. But like, now that you've like kind of like, you are the forefront of this, releasing this as like a drummer and everything else, that sounds very, very good, and how much work you put into this. But then you're gonna like kind of re-release some of these songs on top of it with vocals, and I think that's a very, very good marketing strategy, for one. And two, you're gonna have music videos on this as well. So like, this album has a lot of fucking meaning in it, and I'm very, very excited for this. Like, it just seems like more of a bigger project than what it actually you might have thought it was going to be. All right,
like I said, 100%.
Fucking go big or go home. Let's get Drippy on this one, and then it's going to lead right into VIP. Woo!
Yes.
Thanks for that, Channy. Appreciate it. What's up, guys in chat? Sorry, I'm just vibing Chris. We'll get into some questions in a bit.
Although it's such a baller beat, this.
Ooh.
It's straight baller vibes. So this was my beats. So Clem did some of the beats, Boof Gods did 2 of the beats, and I did all the other beats. This was one of my ones, so I wrote and produced this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was cool. Oh.
Going out on a bang. Unique, bit different, bit of a standout piece to close the album.
Ooh. I love how the ring out's not even like a super clean. It's got like like an effect on it or some sort of hooked up to a pedal. Grungy.
Yeah, it's like a twang. It's not full clean guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Favorite drum parts. This is.
Oh, a little bit of a tempo switch there. I love that. Oh, fuck.
This is the song that I've had a lot of people saying that this part made them cry.
Okay.
It's just epic feels. You even get like a little guitar solo here.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, man.
And then Drippy back in here.
Ooh. A lot of those glitchy noises in there.
It's so epic. It's like the perfectly epic ending that I wanted, you know what I mean?
That's good. And the fact that you're so happy with it, it makes me even more happier.
That's the other ingredient I wanted was crazy kicks. You get that after this epic part.
Uh-oh.
Crazy kicks me up.
Like the drum set's gonna set on fire? Like... Woo!
Wait, this one out end. Because after all this like 38 minutes of effort, this is how I close it.
Ah, dude.
Happy with this.
You're not
I thought it'd
happy
be
with
funny
it.
to throw it in at the end.
You're gonna have to do better on the next one then.
It's like after all this like emotion and all this work, and it's like, oh man, he did it. And then it's like, man, I'm not happy with this one.
I'll just throw it out there. Just throw it out there. Wow. That's all I gotta say, dude. This whole album is just a vibe. I don't know how you write this shit. I don't know how you just come up with these things. I know on our last interview, you're just like, I just smash things with drums. That's all I do. But like the mind and like just how to process all that just blows my mind. I don't think anybody can really explain how that really works, but dude, you definitely showed this on this album front to back. I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away, and I'm not just saying that because you're on video with me, but like, damn, I'm not happy it ended. Yeah, exactly, Mio. That's exactly how I feel.
Thank you, and thank you guys. Like, it's been 2.5 years of serious work, and I'm ultimately so proud, dude. Like, again, it's like 5% about drumming for me. It's 95% about composition and being a composer and writing music that I can enjoy with other people, and like this, enjoying it with other people. This is why I did it. And yeah, I play drums, you know, but this is me as a composer, as an artist, you know. So This is like my idea of like my favorite kind of music in one thing.
Hell yeah. And you did it yourself with the team, obviously, as well. But like, man, you put it all out there on this. I cannot imagine what the next one will look like, if there is ever going to be a next one. Like, I'm wow. I'm wowed.
I've got an idea for the next one, but I need to see how this one does. If it does well enough, I will do another one. But if it doesn't like pop off, then it's like this album cost me a lot of money, dude. Like,
for sure,
so much. So it's like if I see that back and more, then I'll definitely do another one. But otherwise, I might have to just say thank you, enjoy. That's me. But I have got a cool idea for another one, so I hope it pops off, because I want to do this other one.
So keep this on repeat, guys. Get it out there. Spread it all over the Facebook pages, everything. I think this is phenomenal. I can definitely listen to this front and back, and if I just want to chill, like, this is definitely going to be it. But I think it could be more than just that. I can see why now. I know we were talking about it at the beginning of the video about, like, people really feeling the music in this, and you did such a phenomenal job on doing that. I mean, I got goosebumps with it. I mean, we got the heavy, we got the soft spots in there too that just really brought out those feelings when you're listening to music. I think this is a 10 out of 10 album here. Like, I mean, I don't listen to a lot of instrumental stuff, but this is my favorite instrumental stuff. And I'm not just saying that, but like, I don't listen to a lot of it, but like, I listen a lot to the music as well, not just vocals. So like, I'm blown away. I'm fucking blown away. That's all I gotta say. Guys, let us know down in the comments as well. Obviously, this will go up on YouTube. Let us know what your favorite songs are on this album. I think mine, like, I mean, Initial C is probably my favorite, but like, Mak Mahomak, Impulse, and Internal C are fucking dirty, man.
Mac and C are the two, like,
Mac,
ridiculous.
yeah, that's insane. Crazy. All right, cool. I'll wrap up that for this video here, but guys, we're gonna stay tuned. We're gonna do a reaction right now. I want to do a reaction with Chris, obviously help him get this album out there for him, and I really want to see what he thinks about this new song that's coming up on what's it called? For Fit for a King. So I really wanted to check out that song. Guys, do you have anything in chat for maybe some questions while I kind of set up the video here for Chris? I'll leave it open to you.
Yeah, I haven't looked for a minute. One experience, need more. Guys, thank you so much, honestly. There's a few good instrumentals out there, but now there's a whole album. Man, thank you so much. Like, on that, just to elaborate on that, like, I know that there are some instrumental acts that their number one job is to try and like sometimes solo guitarists, their albums is quite often very shreddy because they're almost trying to like have it as like a solo, like a guitar solo album. But that's not been my approach with this. I keep stressing it's not all about anywhere near all about drums for me. It's about composition. Like, I've not tried to just write a drum solo. I've not just tried to write an album that only drummers can enjoy. I've tried to write a real album of real enjoyable music for heavy music lovers. So to hear you say like we have a whole album of awesome instrumentals, that's just what I wanted, man. Like, I didn't just want it to be like drummers saying, oh, crazy drums. It's like, it's just a good album. That's really what I wanted. So thank you, man. Thank you for that.
It's really cool seeing you in this position too, like just kind of hearing reading what other people are saying. Like, it makes me happy, like just seeing you happy about this. I know it sounds corny as fuck, but
dude, I mean, that's the vibe, man. That is the vibe of it. Like, I play drums because it makes me happy. I release music because I like writing music and playing music. Yeah. You like listening to music. Like, we're all here for the same love, man.
Exactly. And, I don't know why there's so much hate around it. Like, all these metal elitists saying, like, oh, he's playing with triggers. This guy sucks and stuff like that. It's just like, bro, enjoy the fucking music. Whether or not he's doing that or not, which he's not. Like, it sounds amazing. Like, it's just... I mean, like, I mean, I don't shit on any songs. Like, I'll say, like, hey, it's not for me. If that's what you like, then great. I'm happy that you're enjoying it. Sorry, I want to ramble.
Absolutely, man. No, I'm like, you literally just elaborating on my point. It's just nice to vibe out some cool music with some cool people and not care in the world sort of thing.
Well, dude, it's been such a pleasure, and I'm trying to stay on time here. We got maybe 10 minutes left here on stream, and yeah, let's get into this, guys. We'll make this into a YouTube video as well. So